The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or follow Britpod Scene on Twitter to find out.
The All Seeing Guys. The All Seeing Guys. It's great to chill.
Welcome back to the All Seeing Guys, episode 127, or as other people may know it as, 127.
Yes.
We are once again here during the lockdown. How are you holding up, Joseph of Jackson?
Bored of it.
Did you have a nice birthday?
Yeah, that was something. It was great. I had, it was. I saw my mum, obviously. Saw Lucy. Yeah, it was fine. It was good. It was as good as it could be in the circumstances.
It could have been worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could have been in your old. You could have been in your old flat on your own.
Oh, that sounds great. In all honesty.
Yeah, but it's crazy because imagine if you hadn't have moved out of your flat, then you stayed on for another year.
I'd be fucked.
Yeah, you'd just be in there on your own.
Yeah.
We'd have to bring you like care packages around.
That's it. Yeah, I would. I don't know what I would have done. In all honesty.
Or would be the cunts breaking quarantine and just going around and standing in your little driveway bit. In your little, you stood at the bottom.
To be fair,
you at the bottom of the stairs, Ed by the fridge, and me by the gate. Like,
or we could have just done that, like one of you in the toilet, one in the living room, and one in the bedroom, and that could have been fine.
Just looking around, mirrors all set up so we can all see the TV screen.
It would have been that, or it'd just be like, look, you can come over, but you just can't leave.
Yeah, you can't leave and you can't touch me or any of my things.
Oh, God. Thank God I'm not with my ex anymore.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's much better that in hindsight that you are home for this.
Yeah, absolutely. My mum said it as well. It was a real. I don't want to say godsend because I don't believe in him, but it's just it was a gift. It was
It all fell in at the right. It all felt like Lizzie was similar. Like she obviously was made redundant. And then she managed to get a job that she started like a week and a half before lockdown. Yeah. You know, so if she hadn't got that job, she'd be unemployed right now during all this. Uh-huh. So there'd be no furlough pay, nothing. You know, so thank God.
She was, she got that. She timed that pretty damn good.
Yeah, and obviously having redundancy stuff, so it was again nicely timed. Yeah,
absolutely.
And not everyone had that luck.
Because
sometimes I'm all right. I was about to say, I'm all right. I mean, sometimes I kind of sit here in the evening and I'm like, you know what, it's not too bad. I'm coping all right. But then I kind of like forget that there are people out there that don't have jobs and are screwed or in a really bad situation. And maybe multiple people that have had it or have lost loads of people from it. And at the moment, touch wood, touch head, it's kind of like, it's not really in my circle yet. I just know it's out there, and I just see what's on the news and see what's on my phone every time I open it. And it's like, God, there's horrible things happening out there.
I saw a couple of things on Instagram that suggested people that I follow's parents had died or a parent had passed away from it. Yeah, so that sort of like that hit like it was not close to home, but it was like someone I used to work with, and so it was quite strange sort of seeing that. I think that was like the closest sort of circumstance where I saw someone had passed away from it. So that was.
Yeah. Well, our mate George had it.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
He had it for like 31 days. He said. Yeah, and he said he was
Hope,
feeling a lot better.
Good.
And then
all
second
the best, George,
wave.
if you're listening.
Although he's been out doing his 5k for a $5, but so he got over it. It took him a month, but he said he was doing better. Then the second wave hit him, and that's when he ended up having to go to hospital.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's horrible. You see, oh my God, it is out there. Like, and I kind of think I don't want to get too relaxed. Like I went to the Newsagent today, and last few times I've been there, I've been really like. I felt quite safe in there in a weird degree. Like, okay, they're taking precautions. Only a couple of us in the shop at once. There's a queue outside. The last few times I've been there, there's been no one in there apart from me anyway.
Yeah.
And they've all got their gloves and their masks and I come back, I wipe everything down anyway to be safe. But like today and yesterday, or especially today actually, I go there's like a big queue. It's queuing the wrong way, so it's queuing past the bus stop where people are waiting and a bus comes and it's just
Yeah.
And then you get in there and it's like there's this couple in there doing like a weekly shop in the Newsagent with like 2 baskets.
Jesus Christ.
And they're holding up the queue and it's like, oh come on, get out of the way. And then like this whole family showed up earlier. I heard them arrive and go, oh, there's a queue. I'm not queuing to buy ice cream, blah 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 blah. Then they buggered off.
Yeah.
I get in the shop and literally they just bowled past the queue and came in and it was like a mum and dad and 3 kids and so meant to be 3 of us in the shop. There's now 8.
Man.
There's now like 6, 7 of us in there. I'm just like, you fucking bastards.
Yeah,
man.
what a bunch of fucking wankers.
So at points like that, I'm just like, that's when I get a bit concerned when you just see how sloppy people kind of get this far into it. But who knows? We'll see how we prevail. I'm not expecting there to be a massive... at the time of recording this, I must say, there's going to be some sort of update on the lockdown tomorrow.
Yeah, I hear there's going to be
by
an
the time this
announcement.
comes out, it would have been, a week's time or whatever or so. But I can't imagine they're going to go too far other than just like extending the amount of time you're allowed to exercise, really, or loosening up.
I think there's a lot of people out there that have got their fucking hopes up for tomorrow, but they really need to have like a reality check because there's still 600 plus fucking deaths a day, man. Like,
yeah, exactly. My Lizzie's cousin in Australia, we were chatting to him on Zoom the other week. And obviously he's saying in Australia, they're now at the point when you're allowed to invite like a couple around your house to have dinner and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're having like friends and a couple of friends round, or like the cousins are coming back round so the kids can play. And I was like, oh, well, how's that? And he's like, it's a bit awkward when they arrive. You're not sure how to greet them.
Yeah. You just say, you really want to you really just want to give him a fucking hug, don't you? Like,
yeah. I keep thinking about that. I'm like, oh, when I, see Ed and Sarah, like when you guys come here or we go to Ed and Sarah's or whatever circumstance brings us together for the first time.
Yeah.
My instinct's going to be like throw my arms around all of you.
Yeah. Like, take all of me.
Yeah. But it's like, do we do that or is it just like, oh, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be. I don't know. Maybe I think we should all just meet at like the big green near Hampton Court. We'll just meet there with deck chairs and just fucking sit around for a bit.
Well, that's so interesting though when they loosen that because I'm like I was saying to Lizzie, I was like I don't understand why I couldn't literally just open my back gate, and then come in with deck chairs and sit there. It's no difference doing it in the front. Nah, like
I think in this scenario because I've managed to see Lucy a couple of times, and obviously that is completely against the
He admits it.
Yeah, but like I'm not.
Get him, boys.
I'm not sort of going this amount of time and not seeing my missus because that would be fucking shit for both of us. So like I saw her on my birthday, but the thing is, it's like she's been socially distanced. She lives on her own. Yeah. Like
so she's been on her own.
Yeah. She's not sort of. She has no interaction. She's obviously sees her parents, but at a distance. I see my mum, and that's really about it. Because I'm not working or anything at all, so it really didn't seem like a big fucking deal. I know that's like I'm a hypocrite because I've just been calling out a fucking family and they just decided to walk in a shop, but I don't give a shit. Like I'm not going to Lucy's and then like going to just see random people and shit. You know what I mean? Like we're still like I've literally the only 2 people I've seen is my mum and Lucy. So
yeah. No, I do hear you. It's the same. I saw my parents. I had to go pick up some stuff from their house to. We trimmed our bush at the front today. That was my big exciting adventure. But I had to go to my parents yesterday to pick up like tarpaulin and bags and shit to do it. But again, they left it out the front. I put it in the car, and then they kind of stood in their driveway and chatted to me for a bit. Yeah. And it was like hello. And then I saw all everyone else in the street was bringing out their tables and chairs. Oh, and I was like, oh, is it a VE Day party? Mum was like, VE Day, they do this every night. She's like, every night they've all got tables and chairs in their own driveways and just sit out and have a beer. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I went to Lucy's yesterday and I walked there and it was just all on the way was just like neighbours sitting out. And again, they're all like, distant from each other. Yeah. Like on their fucking garden furniture, but like in the road and it's just like brilliant. Like,
that is cool.
Great. And it's just, I think, but it's nice though, man. Like, I think it's like, people would have taken that sort of shit for granted, but because it's like, it's just, I think people just, like, kind of need some sort of interaction, you know what I mean? Like, and I think, you know, it's that might not be the best thing for us in our situations, but like,
if you're far away, I don't see why not.
What's
like,
the big deal? Like
everyone, I mean, people like across the road from each other. People aren't sitting up like near each other. Like Dad's in his section, they're in their section. Like people come down from up the road, but they're still spread out. You know, my parents live on a little close that has like, you know, a little roundabout and no through roads, so barely any cars are going down there, especially right now. So they can spread out a bit and just be like relax and have a few beers. But it is. I didn't see many people doing that down my road, but I did hear a lot of people out now. Thursday night, I heard the clap for nurses. This week we didn't do it because Indiana was asleep. Because Indiana loves it,
fair.
But she was asleep, so I was putting her into bed. But afterwards, I could hear a few neighbours hanging around afterwards, having a bit of a gossip about the lockdown and when's it going to stop, how's it going to happen. Well, one woman, this is actually wasn't on my Geese Job list, but I'm going to say it. One woman I could hear going, I don't know what my son's going to do. He can't go clubbing, he can't go pubbing, and he can't see his missus. And I'm like, wow, he can't go pubbing, clubbing, or see his missus. Jesus.
I think that's the problem, isn't it? It's just like if anyone gets even a slight whiff of like the lockdown being not even lifted, but just sort of like
softened,
softened. People are still just gonna go fucking mental. Like people are gonna go. They're just gonna be like, right, well that's it then. And then like we're gonna go back to having like fucking 800 people dying every day.
Then we'll have like a second wave. Yeah.
But you know what? The way I see it is those people, if they do get it, they deserve it.
And you know, there is a whole thing of people adapt to. I'm hearing a lot of people now, like job-wise. Some jobs have like kind of like given up the lease on their buildings and kind of having them working from home for the foreseeable future. I personally wouldn't want that to be the case because it's really on top of like Lizzie and Indiana working from home at the moment.
Yeah, sure.
But I know a lot of people are going that way and stuff. So, and we are seeing kind of like, and some places are reopening, but it's all a bit different now. Like it's. I said it in one of my Greg working from home videos the other day on YouTube and Instagram. Is it people like defying it and reopening? No, it's probably more the case that people are just adjusting to this new fucking world. And that's what it is. You know, there's a fine line between, oh, they're open again, they don't care, against, oh no, they've adapted. So there's a coffee shop down that used to be quite near where your old flat in Tolworth. That was kind of like where the co-op is. It was like across the road down one of those little roads. It used to be a sweet shop I used to visit when my great grandma lived down there as a kid. Now it's a coffee shop, and they opened not long before this all started. And I follow them on Facebook for some reason, and they're actually like kind of killing it because they've reopened, but they have like barriers, so they kind of serve you at the door. They're also doing like takeaway afternoon teas and stuff like that. Like and that's a tiny little business on its own, and they're actually really doing a good job of keeping in business and coming up with cool little ideas. And I thought it's a good thing. Yeah,
there's a similar sort of place in Walton. Walton, there's a little coffee shop place. It's like called the Surrey Coffee Company or something like that. Right. And but they're still open. They allow 3 people in at a time, but they take your order and they've got a lot of like fresh fruit and veg. They got flour, they got pasta, and they sort of say like, what is it you're after? And they just go and grab it for you. So there's no real sort of like you don't really touch anything. Like, you know, you pay with your card. Like it's all sort of done and dusted. But like I swear, actually, funny thing about this place, I went in there to get flour because I was on my fucking pizza making madness.
Oh yes.
And I went in there, and the guy behind the counter, I swear to God, I thought it used to be the guy that used to work at the Grove, which was the guy that gave you those fucking beers that one time for like no charge.
Yeah,
he's a bandana, right?
Yeah. No, he's working in Australia at the moment.
Right. Okay. Definitely not him then.
He's off travelling at the moment. I see through Facebook. He's in Australia. But he was doing like working on a farm or in a field. But he had to like self-isolate in some really horrible little room on his own for like 2 weeks with like nothing.
Yeah.
Like just because before he started work, they made him do it. He literally was put in a room for 2 weeks with like he didn't really have anything in there. I don't know how he got through that, but he did, and he seems to be doing a lot better now. Should we slip into some Geese Jobbing? Seeing as I kind of already have done work from here, my neighbours.
Slide right in, Greg.
Slide into Geese Jobbing. Well, of course, we hear snippets over a conversation. Well, we hear it, or you hear it, and send it to us. Geese Jobbing.
having a listen.
It's no secret that we're obviously rapidly running out of Geese Jobs. I've had quite a big list of some time, and since lockdown, I've kind of been blasting through them. And I'm literally down to some scraps now.
Like when because I go for like the walks in the park as my daily exercise or whatever. And there's loads of people in there like dog walking, and I try and like listen out, but it's very hard to hear. It's where I found that racist old lady who thought foreigners were stealing cows.
Because not everybody's walking around in groups talking. Like, I don't hear many people out talking. It's usually people out on their own, or like families. So these two I have actually heard from my back garden. That's it, people. We're at that level. It's a whole new world of Geese Job. Not as frequent, but I am picking up stuff from like neighbours. Yeah. One of them, this first one, no idea where it came from or who said it. And it's not even an interesting Geese Job what was said. It's just how I heard it. I was sat at the back of my garden on a wall. It must have been about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I sat in my garden having a moment, having a beer. I literally heard this woman's, and it must have come from a few doors down. I don't even recognise the voice. I literally just heard this woman's voice go, "Fancy a coffee?" And I had no idea where it came. It was so clear, like she was sat next to me. It was literally like she was.
Do you think she was asking you?
Well, it sounded like she could have been. It sounded like she could have literally been sat next to me and was like, "Fancy a coffee?" Like she wasn't even shouting it; she was saying it. And I literally looked and was like, "Where did that even come from?" That wasn't my neighbours because I know their voice. It wasn't that neighbour because, as far as I'm concerned, the two old people who lived next to me died ages ago because no one ever sees them.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a lie. They come to life at night. Like the neighbours. At night, I see lights come on, and
what are they doing? Like jiving.
At midnight, they're like having dinner in the kitchen and stuff. During the day, nothing. No idea what happens to them.
They are, mate. They are nocturnal. They have gone.
Yeah, they are.
They are fucking. Mate. They are vampires.
And then, like, the neighbours next to them, the ones I hear the most, like, from 2 doors down, like, it's not them. I just have no idea where it came from. It was just so clear. Fancy a coffee? Like, asked nicely as well. I'm like...
Love it.
Maybe it was in my head. I actually looked at the back door to see if it was Lizzie asking me. But... Now, the next Geese Job I heard is from the ones I said I hear a lot, 2 doors down. They're quite a good setup, actually. They've got a big round pool in their garden, like an adult
Oh, nice. Like
pool,
an inflatable one.
It's not really inflatable, but it's not like inflatable like a kid's sort of pool. It's like definitely adult size and it's circle.
But it's not like it's not like built into the ground or anything. It's
no,
not like
it's not built into the ground. It's raised, but it's I wouldn't say it's inflatable either. But they literally have like a massive flamingo inflatable that takes up most of the pool. But you see them just one at a time, just lying on it during the day, floating, reading their book, having a drink. Like, it looks like quite a good setup. Me and Lizzie were in the garden, and we heard literally the daughter, who was too old to be talking this way, be like, "Daddy, can you explain to Mummy that me going out on my bike and taking a sandwich to eat isn't having a picnic or illegal?" Mum's like, "You might as well go down to the park with everyone else and sit down." "No, it's not illegal. If I'm riding on my bike and I stop to have a sandwich..." It's
not a picnic.
No.
If she stops, then it becomes a picnic. Or al fresco, I don't know.
Al fresco. This became a full-blown argument.
Yeah,
like a big old row. And Indiana's like, "Oh, what's happening, Daddy?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." And it died down. And
Good
then
question. Let me find out for you.
Yeah, much later that night, easy like 10, 11 o'clock, it erupted over there into like a full-blown fucking arc, screaming, proper
Jesus
screaming.
Christ. What time did you hear her say, like, "Can I go out on my bike"? What time did you reckon that was?
She just got back. It was like lunchtime. It was like 2, 3 o'clock maybe.
Wow.
I imagine this was something else they were arguing about, but in the evening. But like they went in the house, and we could hear from our living room the stamping and smashing of things from the house. And then it all went quiet, and then we didn't see or hear from them for like 6 days. Then they re-emerged and seemed fine again. I mean, it's tough. I guess it's probably different. Like I said to Lizzie at that point, I was like, you know what, we're handling lockdown okay. We haven't killed each other yet. Like we haven't really come close to killing it. If anything, we've kind of be getting on. Not that we didn't get on well before, but you kind of like don't sweat the small stuff as much because you don't want to get into a silly argument. You want to keep. You want to try and be like, we've got to get through this lockdown. We've got to, not have silly bickering arguments. You kind of are better for it. But I imagine some families, flatmates, people, a variety of people living in this situation. it must be a lot of arguments going on across the. It must be very hard at the moment. There are probably some amazing Geese Jobs happening out there that we're just not hearing yet.
I have definitely heard some screaming going on around my way. Definitely.
Yeah. Although
I don't know where. It's definitely not like my neighbours because two of them are dead. And the other ones, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, it's within a hearing distance.
Saying that, last night I went out in the back garden about midnight, and I could still hear VE parties going on. I could hear karaoke happening.
Yeah, my mum said she was out with the neighbours until about 11:30 yesterday.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, but although saying that, when people were out shouting last night, every night there was the helicopter over our place. Every night there's a helicopter over us. Do you hear helicopters a lot over your way?
Not every night, but definitely at least once a week, and it's
pretty much.
and it sticks around the same area.
Yeah,
but not like with a light or anything. Obviously,
no.
But it is just sort of like, yeah.
Following on from the story we talked about last episode regarding a woman in a relationship with a.
I thought you meant about the woman shagging in a caravan and thinking she was an essential worker.
No.
I wonder how she's getting on.
Yeah, well, I know now she's been outed. Who knows? All her business is through the roof.
Imagine she's like, she's like all of a sudden like a millionaire. It's just like, Jesus Christ, she must be all right.
This woman, then, so following on from the woman that was in a relationship with a 92-year-old German chandelier named Lemur. I actually had this story. I actually had this story on my list of like all seeing guys content. I've got a whole like notes in my phone full of like just stories I've seen. And since lockdown, I've kind of felt most of them a bit irrelevant. But this one actually make perfect sense. And I thought, you know what? Following on from the chandelier, I'm going to bring up the story I found. And this story came out 25th of January this year.
What's this arsehole in love with?
A woman announces she will marry plane she met 6 years ago.
So, a what?
Plane.
A plane?
Yeah, it's a jumbo jet.
Fuck off. Next.
So this woman
next.
is
next.
proving...
Nah, I'm done with these people. Nah, I'm done with them, Greg. I'm done with them.
I think you need to hear this one.
Nah, I'm done with it. You can go ahead, but I'm just going to switch off for a bit.
One woman is proving that love knows no bounds after she announces she's set to marry a jumbo jet she's been dating for 6 years.
Yeah, because the woman wanting to shag a chandelier wasn't doing that, was she? Yeah, that was a completely justified relationship.
The woman from Berlin is planning to tie the knot with a Boeing 737-800 at the ceremony in the Netherlands later this year. She claims it was love at first sight.
I hope she gets sucked into the fucking engine.
For the 30-year-old and her soon-to-be husband who met at Berlin airport back in 2014. Michelle remembers being overwhelmed by the jet's wings and thrusters. Though since the first encounter, she's only been able to see him through glass, settling with a cradle of a smaller replica for a date night.
I bet I know what she does with that. I bet exactly. I know exactly where that goes on date night.
However, September last year, she was finally able to get her hands on her man, planting a big old kiss on the side of the 40-ton aircraft. There's actually a picture of her kissing the aircraft.
How dirty are aircrafts on the outside?
I don't know. It looks pretty clean in this picture.
I'm outraged.
Speaking about the embrace, Michelle said the time in the hangar was the most beautiful moment of my life, and when I was with him, we enjoyed our time together. We kissed and I caressed him.
I feel really bad for these people, man. They can't there's no human person that can tolerate them. Like,
I plan to move into the hangar one day, and my biggest dream is to be with Schatz. She calls him Schatz. I can't sound right. SCHATZ. Schatz. I also want to marry him in the hangar and spend the whole night with him. I wouldn't want to put on a white dress, but dress really smartly with black trousers and a black blazer.
Fucking hell.
The couple now plan to get hitched on the 18th of March. I bet coronavirus ruined that for you. However, while some have accepted their love, Michelle's family has said they do not want to meet the plane.
Who's accepted it?
Wow, there's the pitch.
Who's accepted it? Who's accepted the love? I want to meet these people.
The replica model plane that she's in bed with in this picture is like bigger than her, I must say. It's just like bigger than her, this replica model.
What?
Yeah.
What, did she steal it from the car, like from the entrance of the airport?
It looks like one of those planes,
Heathrow's got that giant Concorde near that roundabout. Is that what she's just going to rob one of them from a roundabout?
The way you said Heathrow then sounded
She's
like
a
it was
criminal.
a guy. Sounded like a guy. You know Heathrow. Mr. Rowe. You know the older son Heath.
Heathrow.
Oh, yes, Heathrow, darling.
Come back.
Michelle Gushed. I want to have someone marry us. I want someone to marry us and say, do you want to marry your 737-800? And I say, yes. We kiss, and then I'm immortalised with him, and we can be together forever. Well, they're not going to take it out of commission. Are they going to take it out of commission? Like,
I don't know.
The saleswoman bizarre relationship with the jet is an example of objectophilia, which is having a sexual romantic attraction to an inanimate object, which is what our lady friend Liberty had with the Chandelier.
Greg, I can't stress enough how we need to start making this television show where we meet these people. I can't stress that enough.
I'm all game for it. When I touch his wings, I immediately get sweaty palms and get excited.
That's because it's a filthy plane.
It's like a normal relationship. We have relaxing evenings together, and then when we go to bed, we cuddle and fall asleep together. I just wish it was more accepted in society. There are people who don't accept it. I'm simply different and stand for my love for my 737.
I hope her fucking plane gets flown into a building by Al Qaeda.
Oh, man. Should be a widow then. Should be a widow. And have to start looking for another plane.
Fuck these people, man. It's all just attention. It's bollocks. It's just like she would have been on This Morning if they were allowed guests on. Like at the moment, it's just it's just attention. It's bullshit.
Get me on This Morning, please.
God.
So yeah, an airplane. That's a weird one though. Like they decommission the airplane.
Someone's going to fall in love or be completely infatuated and have affection for coronavirus.
But yeah,
and it's like, well, I can't get near it. I don't know what it looks like, but I've got this scientific Photoshop of it. So
and also, and she's like, I plan to move into the hangar. I don't understand how they would allow her. Does she right to the airport? I'm in love with one of your planes.
I would like to see who. Like, first of all, I want to know who owns that plane and why they're so okay with.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's British, you know, in England, British Airways aren't going to be like, we're decommissioning a plane because it's getting married to some woman.
Just because it gets decommissioned doesn't mean that it's still like tens of millions of pounds to like it still has a worth.
100% might get called back into action at any moment.
Like aeroplane engines, just mate, I really want her to get sucked into one of those engines and just come out the other side, just mince me.
Well, I can't imagine she even turns the engine on. She's just in the hangar.
Well, if she doesn't know how to turn the engine on, she's not a very good wife, then, is she? I love it when you get my engines going.
Oh, you got me engines really, really going now.
That's the secret spot. That's an erogenous zone of a plane. Ugh. Oh, these people.
Oh, you really got me going with your airplane engine.
Ugh.
And, you know, when she has sex, is there a guy there with, like, the air traffic controller in the bedroom with them in the hangar? And just like, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. With
the guidance fucking lights.
Plane is orgasming. Take cover.
It just suddenly just starts leaking fuel.
Well, a story that probably won't piss you off as much. I can't imagine you get angry about this. Is Elon Musk and Grimes had their child.
You'll be wrong, Greg. You'll be absolutely wrong. I am fucking furious about these people.
I've never really known who Grimes is. I remember the only time I heard about Grimes was when she started seeing Elon Musk.
All I really know is I want to. All I really know is that I really want to flick her in the ears.
Wow.
She's got massive ears.
Well, every picture I see of her, she looks completely different. And I'm like, I don't even recognise if that's the same person I saw. Oh, yeah, she's got big ears, you're right. Yeah,
probably a shapeshifter, Greg. Nah, fuck these people as well. Fuck them and their stupid fucking name.
So they called the kid XAEA12, but they might not be able to keep the name because of California law. And
I love that, as soon as this came out as well, I love that people on Facebook were just like, I've cracked the code. And it's like, no, you haven't. You've read an article and then you've written on your Facebook like you've figured it out.
I'm actually going to revert back to George's, our friend George we were talking
Yes.
about earlier, who
That was
fed us
beautiful,
information. He sent us information about like the 5G and what have you. He did a post that I quite liked yesterday, which I'm
Yes, he
going
did.
to read a bit of it out, where he's like, to all my friends, you know I don't like to rant, and I think Elon Musk is a fraud, but please indulge me for this one moment. I hate to admit it, and I thought there was a secret code in the naming of this child, and I let it eat away at me. So I found out, to my eternal shame, the name. It's X, which is just an X. AE is Elvish for AI, which is pronounced Ash. And A12, so the name is pronounced X-Ash A12. The A12, according to Grimes, is the precursor to their favourite aircraft, the SR-17. The A12 is the precursor to the SR-71, actually. There's no such thing as SR-17, but, you know, he said that's fine, it's okay, it could be a typo. Or it could be that her husband likes a plane that is as much as a controlling prick as he looks, so now his favourite... So now it's her favourite plane too. But you know what really gets to him? The name of their favourite plane is known as the SR-71 Blackbird. So I put to you this: why not call your fucking permanently damaged protege Ash Blackbird Musk? The Blackbird is the plane you actually like, you stupid cunt, not the A12 prototype. If I was in a room with him, I'd walk up to him and slap him. And he signs off with,
I'd love to be in
much.
that room. I'd love to be in that room.
It's a weird combination. So for he's saying that the actual A12 is like the wrong plane he's talking about for what he says is his favourite aircraft, or Grimes says it's her favourite aircraft because it's Elon's favourite.
I heard or I read it was like their favourite. It's just ugh.
Do you have a favourite aircraft? I mean, obviously the woman before did. She's marrying one. She's marrying one, and maybe that's why they named their son after it.
Actually, no. What was the flight? Oh no, it's just another 9/11 joke. Just keep going.
Flight of the Conchords.
Flight of the Bumblebees. There you go. That's my favourite.
Flight of the Bumblebees. It is ridiculous though, man. Like, it's such a
stupid, man.
Insane...
They could have just called it like Dave, Robert, anything.
Well, again, they end up having to call it something because they're not allowed to have called it that by Californian law. So they're either going to shorten it, abbreviate it, or change the law.
X. They should just call it DMX. Just call it
DMX.
Call your child.
DMX.
Just call your child DMX.
And DMX.
I love it.
That's awesome. They should do that.
Yeah, I'll have it. I'd call if I wanted to bear children. I'd definitely call my child DMX.
This is DMX Jackson. Actually, that works.
How fucking good is that?
That actually sounds pretty good. Actually, that actually does sound pretty good.
And like my child could already have its own like soundtrack. It'd be fantastic. Rough Riders.
Be quiet, DMX, and get to bed, will you? Put down that microphone and get to bed.
I could.
What's happened?
Well, no, I've got this has got a little bit left, but what I've already poured is substantial. But what is in here is not enough for the next drink. But that's okay because I'll just mix it.
So drinks, or drink some of what you have and then do a little halfway top up.
All right.
Maybe
I will. I got some more of that Calypso drink the other today.
Oh yeah, did it work nice with the rum?
I tell you what, the other one I got. This is there you go. It's that's just original lemonade.
Lemonade looks nice.
Yeah, and then I got. Hang on.
Joe's been expanding his beverage horizons during lockdown.
This was
these aren't even alcoholic.
Island Wave.
That was
Wave
pretty good. Lemonade.
Yeah,
is that more of a fruity one? Is it?
Well, it's like mango, orange, pineapple, and then lemonade. But
wow,
I mixed
very
it
nice.
together with the rum, and it tasted delicious.
Wow.
So
I've been having mine with Pepsi Max, which isn't very nice. Well, the only reason I've been going for Pepsi Max.
You know what? Pepsi Max is a fraud, man. That shit is not good for you.
Well, the only reason I've been getting Pepsi Max to my rum is because it's the only 2-litre bottle of mixer in the Newsagent.
Oh, you're kidding.
Every other bottle's the small there's like mixed like medium-sized sharing ones.
Oh yeah, no, that's not enough.
And
You can get like three drinks.
Exactly. And Pepsi Max is the only one that's a full 2-litre bottle. So that's the only reason I've been getting it to have in my rum. I have to substitute the taste for quantity, unfortunately.
Fair.
But I did treat myself to this in the sun yesterday to an actual can of Coke, and I sat in the garden and drank it, and it was lovely and refreshing.
That is delicious.
Yeah, I've just had like a can of Coke in ages. It was really nice.
Yeah, man. I rate it.
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah, sorry to... yes, I thought I got sidetracked there from our original content.
It's all right. Our original content.
It all went wrong when I mentioned DMX.
It always goes wrong when you mention DMX. That could be the episode name. It always goes wrong when you mention DMX.
Awesome. I get to draw DMX. Fuck what you
want.
Yeah, man. I think that's a really stupid fucking name for a kid. But who am I to judge? I am no one, and he is a billionaire.
And so exactly, a lot of people are like, "Oh, he's going to be ridiculed growing up. Is he really? He's from a rich family. I'm sure he'll be fine."
It's not. And also, that kid can just change his name.
Didn't Elon Musk say something recently, or today or yesterday, that he was going to sell a load of his possessions so people can't keep calling him a millionaire or something? I don't think that really stops you being a millionaire.
I don't know why we give these people a platform, you know?
Because it makes you angry, and that's the way it works.
Yeah,
I'm
a prime example of that. I'm fucking livid.
Oh, here's one that'll make you less livid, I'm sure. I'm sure this next story will make you less livid. Have you seen the latest lockdown TikTok challenge?
No.
Challenge is a very strong word.
Greg, are you sure? You know, these are all things that infuriate me.
Challenge is a very, very strong word because you're not really challenged to anything. You're just pissing yourself.
What? Is that the challenge?
Yeah, people have been recording themselves peeing in their pants as part of a disgusting TikTok challenge, which has been dubbed Pee Your Pants Challenge. Not a very inventive name, is it?
No, that's a terrible challenge.
It allegedly started as a joke and has now become a viral challenge. Mostly male participants, although I did see a girl had done it. They usually stand in front of their bathroom mirror fully dressed and just piss themselves.
This is up there with Tide Pods, isn't it? It's not as lethal, but
no, it's not as lethal. I'm
going to start the set yourself on fire challenge. I want to see how many people get third-degree burns all over their body.
I mean, that one existed, remember, didn't it?
Yeah, but like I want you up in flames. I want you roasted like Anakin.
The description the article has of this is amazing. In the video, the 19-year-old is shown wearing a t-shirt and shorts. He looks in the mirror and says, "Pee your pants challenge." It can then be heard by viewers as his pee hits the floor and slowly a wet patch forms on his shorts. Since being uploaded to TikTok, thousands of people have watched as a young man wets himself for the amusement of others. However, TikTok removed the original clip, which led to Liam re-uploading the piece of viral footage. Some people found the footage funny. Others found it appalled and very silly and blamed the coronavirus paranoid lockdown for leading people to act like this. You can't blame that.
No, you can't, because they've been doing it for fucking 10 years. We've had 10 years of this shit. 10 years of challenges. 10 years of people doing stupid shit. And it's dumb. Oh, what is that?
The pictures of people the photos of people that are doing it. They might have just picked the photos, but they're fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
They look so... This guy's doing it in jeans. I couldn't think of a worse garment to do it in.
What would you, if you were going to do it, what would you choose to wear?
Probably the shorts I'm wearing now. I'm wearing
you reckon shorts?
I'm wearing my grey shorts that I kind of made out of jogging bottom material. They're quite loose.
Oh yeah, no, that's good. No, that'd be good because they're thick, but also they're a decent colour where enough of the dark patch would show.
The whole you would see it quite clear as day actually because they're quite light grey.
Yeah,
you would see it quite clear. One guy did it in the bathtub. Pee your pants challenge.
Ask me what I'd wear, Greg.
What would you wear, Joe?
I wouldn't, Greg, because it's a stupid fucking challenge.
It's not really a challenge, is it? It's an embarrassment challenge.
Greg, there's been times where I've urinated myself and I wasn't being challenged to do it.
Whilst the urine streams down his leg, he is shown actually laughing at himself. However, he is quickly groaning when he realises he stood in his own pee, which he pans the camera to.
Oh, these fucking... This is...
It has been dubbed almost as bad as the toilet seat licking challenge. Yep.
What?
That was fucking horrible as well. I think that actually was in my list somewhere.
I don't want to go out anymore. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave my house anymore.
Well,
this world is.
Well, most of those have been happening at home.
Yeah.
Not even out.
A fantastic thing. Then did you see in America the protests of lockdown? Did you see that shit?
Oh yeah.
I know we don't really like talking about make a whole episode about lockdown and shit. But have you seen those fucking people?
I have.
God, this is that country is fucked, mate.
I mean, we've got them over here as well.
Oh no, yeah, no, there's idiots everywhere, and we're just living in the middle of it all.
Yeah. It's just happening.
We've never needed reality TV show because that shit is going on around us.
All fucking around us all the time. Like you can't really
my brain.
Escape it, can you?
It hurts my brain, Greg. It really hurts my brain. What was that? What's that Luke Wilson film about? Like him being like king of the idiots or something because he's like the smartest person. No, that was a Futurama episode. Sorry,
you're right.
That was
got confused with reality.
No, there's that episode where like these brains come to like planet Earth and they like start sucking all of like the like shit out of people and just leaves them fucking stupid. But because Fry is so stupid, they can't get to him, so he becomes like king of the idiots. Like
I think I heard that episode. Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. There's one bit where he's like on like a balcony with a megaphone, but the megaphone's pointing the right way, and he's just like, "Dear everyone, stop being stupid!" And then a bird flies up and like squawks into the speaker bit of it. And, like, it's so stupid. But yeah.
Speaking of stupid, this is actually less stupid considering everything else we just talked about. Last episode, we kind of just recreated last episode. We started with somebody having sex with an animate object, and now we're going to talk about what we talked about last time briefly, which was the being nominated on Facebook for any sort of challenge. So last episode, we joked that we would just do it back and forth to each other.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Which is why Liam commented on there being like, and so it begins when I tagged you.
This mean I'm not doing it. I'll just flat out refuse. I'm afraid I've grown. I keep seeing it. I commend you for doing it and doing it all 10 in one go, which was fucking brilliant. Well done to that.
Trevor seemed a bit upset I didn't tag him. I generally think he'd be really happy if I tagged him.
Get over it.
There's another reason why I'm not doing it. I don't want to encourage it.
Yeah, I was reminded this morning of it because I remember obviously I'd seen you tag it, but then I was reminded this morning when Lucy checked her Facebook and she'd been tagged in something to do hers, and I remember I was like, oh fuck, I've got to write down my 10.
So Tom from Anywhere But Here podcast and obviously host of Band Biographies, he literally tagged me the day the episode came out. It'd be like, today I tagged Greg, and he wrote in brackets, "Yes, I listened to the episode, haha." And I was kind of like, and I was just like, "Damn you, man," because I feel shitty now, but I'm not doing it still. Blah blah blah. And then I went for a run, and whatever I was listening to podcast-wise finished, and it cut to our episode where I'd been checking the audio. It cut back to our episode while I was running at that moment of conversation, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. Maybe I should post that. Maybe I'll just do all my 10 in one go." So I wrote on my Facebook, I was like, being nominated by people, because that's like Tom was like the third or fourth person to tag me in this. And I wrote, "I'm rubbish at doing shit like this, and I hate tagging people. So here's all 10 in one go." Although I must admit, 10 wasn't enough to be my most like greatly albums that influenced my taste in music. 10 wasn't enough, and I was already second guessing my choices. I kind of picked them really quickly as well. I think I did it while having a shit. Choose, and then I was like, I tagged Joe Jackson because I don't care if he does it or not. It's okay, Joe. You can just tag me again. So I reckon before you tell me what your top 10 would have been, or your 10, I'm going to quickly whiz through mine.
Also, can I just say as well that if I did do it on Facebook, I just wouldn't tag anyone and hope that would end it. I'd just be like, "That's it, it's ended. You can all stop doing it now." Like, there's no other tags needed.
One man stops social media challenges by not tagging anyone.
It sounds like an Onion article, doesn't it?
So I went with Alice Cooper, Last Temptation, which, I stand by, is probably one of the albums that influenced my music taste growing up. Massively.
I remember you saying that your mum used to play Alice Cooper to you when you were younger.
Yeah. Meatloaf, Bad Out of Hell. Again, kind of at the same time of Alice Cooper. I had it on cassette. I listened to it Alice Cooper and Bad Out of Hell, the two tapes I had in my Talkboy with my headphones all the time as a kid. Nirvana, never mind. Again, it's very cliche answers, but they weren't cliche then, you know? Like, that was like...
The funny thing is like, I was going to do Bat Out of Hell, but then I realised that I was just inspired by the artwork, and I never really listened to it. I just drew the artwork.
Oh, man,
so,
I loved it.
I listened to Bat Out of Hell, obviously the song, but I didn't listen to any else of the album.
So Nirvana, never mind. Obviously, Smells Like Teen Spirit, but I remember it was like late night on MTV or something. I saw In Bloom and was like, "What is this song?"
Oh, really?
Like, and literally had Nirvana, never mind. Like, I think the next day I went to like Woolworths or whatever it was and bought it as like a part of like 3 for $20. But that Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 2, and something else I can't remember. Smashing Pumpkins.
I just thought of something that I forgot to put in there, but it's okay.
Well, that's why it's tough because Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy, and Infinite Sadness. Not necessarily my favourite.
I love that.
Not necessarily even my favourite like Pumpkins album when I was younger. I appreciate it a lot more now, but it was definitely one that I listened to a lot, and it had Zero on it, and it's just like an awesome fucking listen. And Bullet Butterfly Wings, fucking Mortal Kombat soundtrack.
You know what? I preferred like the Melancholy side, not the Infinity Sadness side. Although I did like 1979, but
That's
like that first CD is amazing, man. There's there's that. What's that really long song on it? I can't remember what it's called. Nah.
I love that one on their Love as well. It's
like
sounds like a fucking dance song.
There was a song, and it's like it's all really sort of like, it starts really soft, and then like when the chorus comes in, it's just like oh
yeah, there's a few like that from Pumpkins.
And nothing that's in this right way. Like,
so following that album, I've got Mortal Kombat soundtrack, which, as cheesy as it is, I loved as a kid because it really married like metal, heavy fucking metal, with almost like I think Orbitals on there. Like,
what's the band?
Buckethead's
like
on there.
What's the? It's
Buckethead's
like
on there.
KPMFD or something like that.
Oh yeah, there's a fucking. I didn't really know any of them. I didn't even know at the time. I didn't even know who Buckethead was, but he has a song on there and stuff. The drummer Buckethead.
That's fucking mad.
Or I think Orbital's on there at some point. Like, such a mishmash soundtrack, but it was fucking. As a kid, I found it fucking heavy, and I was just obsessed with it. Like, I was obsessed with this soundtrack.
That has made me realise a few things already that I should probably change, but I can't.
Green Day, Nimrod. That was a huge album for me as a kid. Not my first Green Day album I ever liked, but one that really, like, a consistent beginning to end would listen to all the time.
Yeah.
Blink-182, Enema of the State, kind of had to go in there because it was a huge fucking album for me as a kid.
Oh, Enema of the State, absolutely.
Yeah. Eve 6, Horoscope, one of the albums that made me reapproach lyric writing as a whole. Very, very, very similar to how Rob writes lyrics, who I drew a lot of inspiration from when I write lyrics. Kind of Eve 6, all their songs were like stories, and that's kind of how I try to write some of mine. Very massive influence from Eve 6, Horoscope. Chaos, Joyful Rebellion, hell of a fucking album.
Yeah.
Kind of showed me hip hop could be what you kind of want it to be.
Yeah.
He's got like, he's like fucking MC Murder. The opening track sounds like a Western hip hop. It's fucking cool.
It's a really like strange one, that, but he's got a really good sort of singing voice as well as a rapping voice.
Oh yeah, beautiful voice. And then I did Fabric Live, Scratch Perverts, because that was a huge fucking album for me.
Banger of an album, mate. That is an amazing album.
So
Hold On with Foreign Beggars and Skinny Man is amazing.
Good. Like, so I put all those as my 10. Now, is that true? I don't know. I could rearrange some of those. Some of them a bit, because now I've got albums that still shape my music taste now. Like, I almost put Gunship's album in there, but I was like, well, Gunship's album only really came out like 4 or 5 years ago, and I'd still rinse it. But can I say it's inspired me now in my later life, but looking back to when, like, I think the whole point is to be albums that kind of hit you when you're younger, that influence you growing up.
Well, that's interesting, because I've kind of done like I ended up writing my list, and it's kind of like over time, so like from like a young age through to like sort of now or more recent times. And it's not that it's influenced me, but it's just sort of like ones that sort of either stand out because I really like them, or because there was something on it, or there's just like it's a bit of a mishmash sort of one. So it goes like from an early age to more of a current time.
Because if I had done more current time, it'd be very different. My top 10. There'd probably be a lot more hip hop influence, maybe a bit of fucking rap battle in there. But like it'd be a lot because I didn't even put Limp Bizkit in there because I was like, yeah, they came up. That was a bit late with Limp Bizkit.
No,
like,
I thought about.
I had other ones before.
I actually removed Slipknot. I
almost went with a Slipknot at one point. I
put like Slipknot's first album in there because it was just like I remember when Slipknot first like album came out, and it was just like the most like angriest thing I'd ever fucking heard, and I was just like I love that. But then I realised that there was something before that, so I really had to like move stuff around like, and it's a whole weird one. But yeah, shall I do mine?
Yes, go for it.
So the first one is Dire Straits' "Brothers in Arms." I knew
that'd be in there.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Because I apparently at a very, very young age, like 2 years old, used to apparently really like watching Dire Straits or listening to Dire Straits and stuff. And I do have certain memories of it. But there is a picture of me dressed up as Mark Knopfler when I was like 2-year-old, and I've just got like a tennis racket and a bandana and my cock hanging out. Not that Mark Knopfler had his cock hanging out. I mean, he might have. I don't really know. But so yeah, I got that was. But it was. I always remember like hearing Dire Straits, and it's just like Walk of Life and like fucking Money for Nothing and Brothers in Arms. I just remember those fucking songs specifically when I was a young kid, or like a child, like a baby. That's what the word I'm looking for, Greg. A baby. From there, I went with Michael Jackson, "Dangerous."
Oh,
your eyes were as wide, like you like a deer caught in the headlights. Then
I was taking a photo of the setup while you were talking, and the flash went off, and I was like, "Ooh."
That's exactly what your face looked like, mate. Just then, you were just like caught. Michael Jackson, "Dangerous." I put in there. I remember really. I remember like Black or White, and then after that, I like do you remember the time and all that sort of shit. That was really, really good. I remember liking that.
Who is it? Who is it?
Who is it? Tune. Who is it? Is amazing. Yeah.
I can't take it 'cause I'm lonely.
I used to really love to Do You Remember the Time? And then the video came out, and it was just like, oh shit, like Beverly Hills Cop's in it, like. I've got Nirvana, but not Nevermind. I've got In Utero.
In Utero, nice one. Yeah. Which is again was a huge album for me, but I didn't get to that till I'd gone through Nevermind.
So I think In Utero was probably like 93, 94 when it came out, and that was when I was 10, and that's when my mum's friend, her son was about 2 years older than me, and he started showing me all this music. He showed me like Metallica Black Album, he showed me like Pantera and all this sort of stuff. But In Utero really stuck out, and it was because he was a drummer as well. He used to drum, and I'd go over and he'd be like, "This is what I've learned," and it would always there was just one particular song on there. I think, man. It wasn't even like a standout song, but it was just the drum, and I always remember him doing this drum sequence. Like even when we were just sat in a car, he'd just be like boom, 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 like
nice.
Always. So In Utero, I remembered.
Did you catch any of Post Malone's Nirvana live stream?
I didn't watch it. Nah. I heard. You know what? I heard some surprising people talking good things about that. I saw some really surprising people online saying
good,
that was fucking great.
It was good. I literally one night.
You know what? I do not mind Post Malone. I think he seems like an alright fella. Like
I watched a clip, like one clip one night. I think I watched one clip on my phone quite late, and I ended up finding the link and watching the entire thing just on my phone. I could have just put it on YouTube, but I didn't. I was on my sofa while holding my phone, and I watched the whole thing.
Nice.
And it was really, really fucking good. Like he sounded phenomenal. He sounded so good.
Yeah, I heard he was really, really good. I think it was like a genuinely surprising performance.
You have to watch all of it, but definitely worth checking out like a song you like. And he did a really good set list. He did stuff from he did stuff from like Insecticide. He did it for charity.
Mate.
He did it for charity.
Aneurysm on Insecticide is one of the best songs.
Mate, his fucking set list was really good, deep pool of Nirvana tracks that obviously like a fan's fucking list would put together.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
100%.
I was going to say like good.
No, I was going to say as well, like like Nirvana's Unplugged album is one of my favourite albums as well.
It's
like
a great
just in
album,
general,
yeah.
it's like in the sense of a live album. The only other album I find better than that is like Portishead or like something like that.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, I wanted to put it, but it was, I don't know, it didn't really influence me. I just really liked it.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Okay, so how many are we in now? Was that 4 you've said?
That's 3. That's just 3.
3, okay.
Yeah. So number 4 is Korn's debut album, Korn.
Oh, nice. Okay.
This is what I took out, and like, instead of Slipknot, because this was like the first album I bought with like my own money, and I didn't my friend had showed me something of Korn. I think it was Shoots and Ladders. He showed me Shoots and Ladders, and I was like, that seems cool. And then I bought their album, and I was just like, I heard Blind, and it was just like, Jesus Christ. And then like, I heard Blind, thought that's amazing. Then heard the last song, and I was just like, I don't know what this is, like, because it's just him like breaking down, talking about how he got like
Faggots
abused
on that
as a
track,
child.
right?
No. It's like I swear
Well,
it's
is
called
Faggot on that album? What album's Faggot on?
Yeah. I think
it is on that
Faggot
album,
is
isn't
on
it?
that. Yeah. The last song is called like Father or Daddy or something like that, and it's just like, God, it's bleak, man. But it's just like, yeah, it's I love that album, man. I'll always love that album. Korn's first album is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's a good album.
Number 5 is People Under the Stairs, OST.
Nice. I had a feeling People on the Stairs would be in your list.
100%. I've only just realised that I've left the Roots out, but like People Under the Stairs is a much bigger influence hip hop wise, because this is when I was in college, and I'd listened to rap, I'd listened to like Eminem and stuff, like I'd listened to all this like sort of stuff at the time. But then this guy that I was friends with at college showed me People Under the Stairs, and I was just like, what's this? This is amazing. Because it was all just like it was all jazzy, and it was just so fucking good. And like OST was like the one that stood out because it's got like Acid Raindrops on it, which is like one of the best hip hop songs ever. And it's just a fucking great album, man. Just really like that definitely shaped my tastes in hip hop from there on in. From there, it's Portishead's self-titled album, which I think is the second. I always get confused with Portishead.
You assume self-titled's the first, but it's not always the case, is it?
It's
like
not.
Deftones' 4th album is self-titled, right?
I fucking Deftones, man. I could have put like.
I know. There's so many that should have gone in there, but anyway.
Oh man, White Pony is just one of the most like flawless albums ever.
I concur.
Yeah, so I just chose Portishead's like self-titled one, which is because I mean like the thing about it is like all the songs that I really really love on the other album are better on the live album. So like Glory Box is just fucking phenomenal. Yeah, Sour Times, they do this whole like twisted out version of it, like slowed down, and it's just like, you know, Rhodes. Everyone fucking knows who Rhodes is, like, but but the one their self-titled one had some just amazing sounding shit, and it's just like there's so many times where I found like the instrumental version, and I'd love to do like use it for a song, but you fucking can't because you're just gonna get that wiped off YouTube immediately. So yeah, Portishead was fucking great. She's got an amazing voice as well. Just
incredible voice.
Beth Gibbons.
Oh my god, that's reminded me. There was a Lamb album I should have put in mine as well. Fuck. Sorry.
I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll do this every episode from now on in.
Yeah.
Like a theme. This is a top 10 ending. Number 6 was Jest Return of the Drifter.
Nice, good pull. Yeah.
This is what got me, because like, at the time, like that came out in 2002, and then 2003. Really? Huh? Yeah. I didn't hear it until like 2004, 2005, but like 2002 is when it came out. But this was like what introduced me that like the UK could do like good hip hop and stuff that I was like so fucking into. And like 1979, and like even like there's an instrumental track on there called Bluebirds, and it's just so fucking good. And Jest has just got a really good way with words, and how he raps, I really like it. Like, and yeah,
I really liked much later the shorter Nuke Proof Suit. I remember we rinsed that in fucking Natterjacks, man. We fucking rinsed that in Natterjacks.
I got to see me and my friend Mike got me into Jest, and he ended up playing the Jazz Cafe, and we went and saw him, and he played Nuke Proof Suit live, and it was just so good, good.
Didn't he play the Pill, Jest? I seem to recall him playing. I think a couple of times he played the Pill. Yeah,
he's played the Pill a couple of times. So number 8. This is number 8.
Oh shit!
I just realised I couldn't count then because there's not like numbers next to these fucking intros. Queens of the Stone Age, Songs for the Deaf.
Good pull. Very good.
Love
pull.
it. Fucking love it. It was like when I
very good pull.
I got really into drumming without having a drum kit, and
that's the album to do it to.
Yeah, mate. No one knows. No one knows was just
no
my
one knows,
favorite.
yeah.
Like my favorite, just sort of like. Oh, it was so good. And funnily enough, it coincides as well because the time when I did my trial at Natterjack's, like my 2 days there, and then realised that I should probably, I'm not going to survive this. Was I during the entire time I was there, that album was just on rotation for the 2 days.
Wow.
It had just come out. Like I just remember it was just good because everyone that was working and like had been there for fucking God knows how long, were all just sort of like walking around, just like grooving to it whilst working. And I was just like, what do I do? I'm just standing here. I don't know what to do. Like, but I just remember that sticking out, and that's a fucking great album as well. A really really
man.
good album.
Even Dave Grohl says like him drumming that album was still one of like his like most like rewarding musician experiences, and one of his proudest albums is like not even a Foo Fighters and Nirvana album. It's him drumming on that album.
It's great. It's such a great sound. It's such a solid sounding like drum as well. It's really really well done. I got here.
Are we number 9 now? Are we?
Number 9. We're on number 9.
Ooh,
Sorry, we're
shit.
coming to the end. Number 9 is Mattis Yahoo live at Stubbs.
Oh, of course, yes.
So
God, of course. I don't know
Mattis,
why I didn't expect that to be. Of course, that'd be in the top 10.
100%.
Of course,
Me and Chris got to see Mattis Yahoo before he like got really really big. We saw him in like the Academy in Islington, and it was amazing, man. We were both just really we were both just really fucked and like just zoned out. It turned like his performance was like a prog show, man. It was just like the band that did like he did his set with were on first, and it was like that band just went straight into his set. Like there was like they did like an instrumental set for about half an hour, which was amazing, and then went straight into his stuff, and it was just like Jesus Christ, these guys are going for it. But yeah, it was Mattis Yahoo was like one of those things that it was like it's kind of similar to like C6 Steve. And it was Mattis Yahoo I remember hearing about. It was like, so you're telling me this is a Hasidic Jewish man doing reggae and rapping and beatboxing, and I was just like, that's a really weird combination, but I'm into it. And that sort of that made me want to look at like other really sort of like odd style sort of like get-togethers and sort of like people like C6 Steve's like a homeless man that sings the blues, but he's got a fucking record deal. Like it was just weird. Like Mariachi El Bronx, like that was like the Bronx and their mariachi band. Like it's just Mattis Yahoo made me realise was just like there is people out there that is just like it made their get up might seem quirky, but actually they're making some really fucking good music.
Yeah, man. So what's number 10 then?
Number 10 is Frank Ocean, Channel Orange.
Ah, of course, yeah.
I fucking love that album so much.
Album.
Like I can't. Like, I'm such a massive Frank Ocean fan.
Yeah. That album's is fucking amazing. I do find that I as much as I love that album, I definitely rinsed his mixtape more.
Oh yeah. It was a Nostalgia Ultra.
Yeah, I think because I only ever had Swim's Good was like I remember. I know I've just hijacked your thing here, but I went to go work at the Tommy Hilfiger store in Carnaby Street, which is a bit more of a cooler one, I was allowed to wear my Nikes, I was allowed to have my tattoos out. Like that's where I first met Trevor and Tori. Like, and I got there, and there was this guy Gabriel, they're a really cool guy. He actually went on to work for Nike, man. He was fucking awesome, dude.
Dreams do come true.
And we were like playing, like I was like playing my iPod in the shop, and he was like, "Oh, do you like hip hop?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Have you heard Frank Ocean?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "I'm going to play you a song and you're going to love it." And it was Swim Good.
It's so good.
And I was being like, this is incredible. And he's like, his mixtape's not out yet, but it will be soon or whatever it was. And as soon as we got hold of it, I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Obsessed. Rinsed it all the time.
The opening, I think I remember you playing me like the opening track, and you were just like, was it Strawberry Fields as the opening track on that one?
Man.
And it's just like, he's just like, be warned, Chris Martin from Coldplay's in it. And I was just like, what do you mean?
It's a Coldplay cover, isn't it?
It's a Coldplay. It's like he's basically used the instrumental of it, but like, which he got in trouble for because he used Hotel California, and the Eagles tried to sue the shit out of him, but he was just like, whatever, dude.
Mixtape, fuck you.
Yeah, it was just like. That's a weird thing.
But he did blow up through that mixtape.
Absolutely. I think, but he was also like, he was connected with like the whole Odd Future thing, which blew up, like Tyler the Creator and stuff like that. Which I still like Tyler the Creator, and the stuff that Tyler the Creator does now is phenomenal, because he's I've seen a few documentaries that he did when it was him explaining like the album process of making. There was an album he did called Cherry Bomb. And you really really see like how much he's into it, and it's you can't hate it, man. Like he's a
his Tiny Desk concert is one of my favourites. Tyler the Creator,
such a good fucking set,
so good, and good. And actually one of the times you're like, you know what, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah,
like,
he really is. But he's just like, but he's so about it. He really wants it to be like an experience. They said like in the spiel underneath the video, they're just like, Tyler the Creator requested only one thing, that we do this at night and he come in and do all the lighting, because he really wants to sort of set like an ambient. And it's just like, that's fucking cool, man. No one else is doing that. Like,
so we have got sidetracked from Frank Ocean and gone into Tyler the Creator, who wasn't in your top 10 list.
No, he was not. No,
but Channel Orange.
Channel Orange is one of the greatest fucking albums I've ever heard, and there is so many songs that I fucking love on it, and his voice is amazing, and it's just like, it made me like, again, it's one of those sort of things where it's like a lot of his songs sounds like it's a really super hip hoppy sound, but he's just got this great voice. It's like Amy Winehouse, man. Half of Amy Winehouse stuff is a hip hop song. I mean, I've done one to it, so like It's just that you just find the right BPM and you just make it sound like a hip hop.
It's interesting with I almost keep going to say Agent Orange with Channel Orange. I think it's safe to say that at any given point there is usually a song from that album playing in my head at some point. Yeah. Like I'm always at some point singing a line. I'm always like, what is that? Oh, of course it's Frank Ocean all the time. There's always a track. Always. Going on.
There's a really good like 4 or 5 tracks in a row as well, and it's like from I swear it's like from Super Rich Kids with like Old Sweatshirt.
Yes, fucking awesome.
Through to like Pyramids or even like more like that. But it's just like this.
I fucking love Pyramids.
Pyramids is amazing, man. Pyramids
is love Pyramids.
Pyramids is a fucking experience, man.
Like, I love the video version, which is slightly different. He mixes it up a bit. Yeah. But like I love both versions. Fucking so good.
I'll tell you what it is though. There was Bad Religion. Bad Religion is one of my favourites as well.
Yeah.
I think awesome. Super Rich Kids though. I think Super Rich Kids is one of my favourite songs on there.
Been thinking about you. I swear we had that playing in the
that was at your my wedding, wasn't it?
Yeah, even though I said to Lizzie, I was like, it's actually about a homosexual relationship he had. But fucking beautiful fucking song, man. Yeah. Such a good fucking song. Man, I'm just looking at the set list now, man. Fucking so good. Sweet Life, so fucking good.
Oh, yeah. Sweet Life's
so
good. There's
Lost.
What is it?
Lost is fucking great. That's Lost. Lost is always in my head.
Lost is good as well. Yeah. What's the one on Nostalgia Ultra as well? It's like the 3rd song on there, and it's
2012 that came out, man. 2012.
Yeah, it's mad. It's really mad.
I didn't realise it came out 2012. How long ago did Blonde come out?
Blonde was easily
4 years. 4 years ago.
Yeah, Blonde took me a while to get into. But like I did give it all the time, and it is again just as good. It's a great like so many songs. There's it's like self control. I think it's really good. It's got his like brother singing in the background, and there's like it's amazing. But yeah, Channel Orange is phenomenal, phenomenal. And there's a
That's an awesome 10 there, man. A really good.
I was pretty happy with it, and there's plenty of that it could be included.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you did it better than I did, because I literally, apart from like, the recent ones I put in there would have been Scratch Perverts, but even then, that was still like 15 years ago.
I took it in the sense of like I tried not to be too serious, because it was just like songs that influenced, or like albums that influenced you, and I was just like, influence me how? Like,
yeah, because I really wanted to squeeze Silverchair Neon Ballroom on there.
Nice.
Because that was a huge fucking
yeah. I remember that. There was plenty, man. I thought about Lit, a place in the sun.
I almost put Lit on. I wanted to put on. I should have. There's so many it could have gone on that top 10.
Incubus. I was thinking like Incubus, like Science, or like Morning View or something. No, Science. Incubus, I think would have been more one.
Yeah.
We should do.
There was that Finch album. I fucking rinsed that. Finch album
It Is to
when
Burn
it came out. Yeah, for that album, I rinsed that album for a long fucking time.
I liked. There's a couple of songs on "Say Hello to Sunshine" that I enjoyed as well. But "What Is to Burn," even the song "What Is to Burn,"
they're different albums. They're different albums.
Yeah.
They're very different albums. I actually, "Hello to Sunshine," I appreciated a few years later after it came out.
Yeah,
I appreciate it a lot more then. I actually listened to one of their new albums on a run recently, and it was weird. It was alright.
Oh, really?
Didn't really stand out as much.
I don't know if I'd do such a thing.
I think
top 10s are fun, man. We should do another. We should do like next episode. We should do like movies.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh man, that would be fucking hard. I think we have done this before though. Didn't we do a whole episode of top 5s or top 10s?
Oh, we did top 5s. Yeah, maybe we do like.
I think we did do movies, but it'd be quite interesting to revisit. I don't know. Movies. Is really
no, we did. We did like back and it was like top 5. I think we gave each other like. Didn't we give each other like? I remember one of yours was like top 5 like superheroes.
I tell you what, I would be interested in doing a top 5 with you on next episode, which I think me and you will have very different top 5 for, and that would be top 5 like video games.
Oh hell yeah, 100%.
I think that would be quite an interesting.
I'll go 10. We'll do 10. Make it a 10, and we'll go back and forth. That'd be great.
Yeah. I think that would be interesting. I think ours would be quite different from each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I know we talked about. Funny enough, one of the things that pops in my head the most is when you were talking about Metal Gear Solid, and I think I called you a Metal Gear faggot. That pops in my head so much.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you crossed the line there, Jackson.
Yeah, and I've just said it again on a podcast, and I just like, I kind of regret that, but then I just repeated myself.
So I said it earlier when asking about the Korn song. We've had one each.
Yeah.
We had one each.
Nice. Yeah, I'm up. We'll do video games next week. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll be up for that. So, yeah, fucking awesome. Okay, so that brings us up to the end of the episode 127.
I hope so, because I've got a piss.
We're going to be approaching.
I've got to go do a TikTok challenge really quick, mate.
Yeah, we'll be at episode 130 before we know it.
Hey,
1:30 in the afternoon. Fucking awesome. Okay, Joe. Well, that was fucking great. Again, I really enjoy our lockdown conversations. I look forward to it. It's fucking nice to sit down and get it done, and fucking just feel like I'm back in podcast world.
This is a strange one. This actually came out today just because I saw his fucking haircut story on Instagram. I want to Skype with Sindel really badly.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
I really want to Skype with Sindel.
We'd have to get him on Zoom because Zoom's easier because anyone can join your call and it records their audio really well, so he doesn't just wear headphones and he'll be fine.
We should get a group chat, and because as well, like if with the time that we do it, it's going to be like early morning there, so we can catch him when he's hungover and he can do a hat review.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we can record our podcast like this still, but then just get on Zoom and have like the interview conversation bit go on.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll reach out to him and see if he's up for it.
Yeah, cool. All right, then, fucking A. I have been Greg, fucking Boeing 737-800 Armstrong.
And I've been Joe, Ash, Archangel, Blackbird.
Son of a gun.
X equals XYZ Jackson.
Fucking thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye-bye.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @Podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.